Our next guest from hit shows like Fleabag and Stranger Things, but now the comedian and actor is ready for his next challenge. Brett Gelman is adding author to his long list of accomplishments with his new book, The Terrifying Realm of the Possible, Nearly True Stories. Brett, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I've got the book right here.
Yes.
You've got a note to the reader, and I'm going to read a portion of it, which I'm sure you're very familiar with it because you wrote it.
Yes.
What you are about to read is a series of stories about 5 people. They are the essence of deep neurosis and barely functioning madness. They are a people deranged. This is not an autobiography, but rather a series of nightmares of who I really am. What do you mean by that?
It's the fear that I'm a lot like these characters, you know. Not all of it is totally fiction. There is some autobiography in there. And it's scary. You create these people. It's like, and then you're like, oh, wow, what in me is making this happen? Yeah, it's fear of who I was, who I am, who I might become, all of that. How, just afraid that I have a terrible personality.
And you don't. I've met you now, and we've shared like a few minutes together. You've got a great personality.
Well, I purged it. It's all in the book. I left it all in the book, and now what's left is just fantastic.
I see. You took a different approach to writing this book, a very unique approach. You focus on 5 fictional characters. But what made you take that short story approach to this?
Well, I always wanted to do short stories. First of all, a novel. Whoa, that's a real undertaking. But I always was interested in writing short stories. I love the short story format. I love a lot of short story writers. And I wanted to do things, too, that were not just stories, but there's things in there that are pieces, like little plays and some diary entries and stuff like that, and really mess with the format in that way.
And let's talk a little bit about the characters. You've got one character here, the first one, Abraham Amsterdam. Talk about the characters and what made you go in this direction. They're all very different, but what inspired these characters? Well,
I wanted to show people at different stages of life. So I have a child, that's Abraham, and a teenager, an adult, a senior citizen, an older woman, and somebody in the afterlife. And I wanted to basically explore my neurosis through different ages in that way, and show different perspectives and put a lot of myself in it. There's a little bit of my mother in there. In terms of the afterlife, I wanted to sort of put forth my imaginings of the afterlife being as big of a pain in the neck as life is, and deriving humor out of that, which is a fear of mine. I mean, there's a fear of, what happens after life? And then what if it's not that great? And what if it's just like life?
Right.
Oh,
what made you dive into a book? What made you want to write this book and say, I'm going to add author to my titles?
I just always felt like I had that in me. I always had that that thing growing up. I watched the great Jewish funny auteurs like Mel Brooks, Albert Brooks, and was just like, well, a book, being an author is something that I felt like I could and would want to do too. And I want to do more, I want to continue. And it was really important to me to be an author in writing this book and not an actor writing a book, and really have my own voice in that.
So what's next for you? You're an actor, comedian, now an author. What comes next? Any plans?
Well, I'm working on, we're shooting season 5 of Stranger Things.
Oh, that's
exciting. I'm doing, that's really fantastic. And then, I want to direct. I want to complete the Jew package there.
Okay.
And and you keep acting, right? Figure out what my next book is going to be, and be an actor and a creator.
Thank you so much, Brett, for coming by and sharing all of this with you and sharing the book with us. Really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You can buy Brett's book, The Terrifying Realm of the Possible, Nearly True Stories, wherever books are sold.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.